Pareho kayong nagsisave. Ikaw, naghahanap ng paraan to cut back here and there. Tapos yung partner mo, ganun din. In short, kanya-kanyang paraan sa pagtitipid. Pero ang katapusan ng buwan, laging may kulang pa rin. Or maybe, this one hits closer to home. Nagtatalo kayo ng partner mo. Sabi niya, ikaw ang gumagastos ng malaki. Ikaw naman, iniisip mo, siya naman talaga ang nagpapalaki ng gastos namin And both of you are looking for someone to blame. But there is really no one at fault because pareho kayong hindi nakakakita kung saan napupunta ang pera ninyo. And this one, have you asked yourself this? Kumikita naman ang negosyo natin. Pare-pareho kaming maingat. So, bakit paulit-ulit na kulang? Anak, sa aking 40 plus years in business, I have seen this pattern more than I can count. Ako rin, nangyari rin sa akin yan. And couples who are both disciplined, both careful, both trying their best. Pero, eto yung hard truth. Nagtitipid kayo sa maling lugar. And because each of you only sees your own side of the business, your blind spots are different from each other. That means the waste is hiding exactly where none of you is looking at. Dito sa video na to, let me share with you 5 stories. 5 couples na akala nila they were being responsible with their money. Pero na-discover nila that the rest of the problem or the real problem actually was somewhere they never expected. Number 1, tipid daw, lumayas ang customer. Have you ever cut costs on something small tapos later mo lang na-realize na yung pala ang dahilan kung bakit hindi na bumabalik ang customers mo? Nina and Jerome run a barbershop. When business started to feel tight, both of them decided to find their own ways to cut back. Si Jerome, nag-focus siya sa supplies. Lumipat siya sa mas murang shaving cream, mas manipis na towels at lower grade na aftershave. Hindi naman nila mahalata, sabi niya. A few pesos saved per customer, dozens of customer per day, nag-add up, di ba? Meanwhile, si Nina naman decided to save on electricity. The air conditioning would go off between customers to bring down yung kanilang monthly bill. Ilang minuto lang naman, sabi niya. Parehong nagtitipid, parehong may intensyon, pero ito yung hindi nila nakita. Jerome's cheaper products started affecting the customer experience. Clients would leave with a slightly rough feel after a shave. Nothing they could clearly point to pero parang off. And a few loyal customers quietly stopped coming back. Walang reklamo, lumayo na lang, tahimik. As for Nina's air conditioning decision, naging mainit at hindi na komportable ang waiting area lalo na pagtanghali na. So yung mga walk-in customers, sisilip lang sa loob. Kung mararamdaman nila yung init, hindi na sila pumapasok. Some started going to the shop 2 streets down, yung comfortable ang ambience. Kaya, when they finally compared what they saved versus what they lost, ang savings sa supplies at kuryente pala ay hindi sapat para bayaran ng nawala nilang customer clients. They were saving on the surface. Pero sa ilalim, they were slowly pushing away the very people who kept the business alive. Kaya anak, ang lesson ay ito. Hindi lahat ng tipid ay tipid talaga ha. Kung ang tinitipiran mo ay yung nagpaparamdam sa customer na valued sila, that's not savings. That's a slow, quiet leak. Number 2, ang gastos na hindi mo makita. Naranasan mo na bang may pumasok na customer, ready na sanang bumili, pero wala yung kailangan niya yung moment na yon, kaya nawala tuloy yung sale? Maybe you can relate to Ivan and Selina's story. Meron silang computer supplies, parts, and repair shop. When business started to feel tight, both of them decided to act on their own side. Si Ivan stopped yung small paid ads nila on social media. Sabi niya, sayang ang pera. They were getting some walk-in customers already kaya naisip niya na baka hindi na talaga kailangan yung mga ads na yon. Selina naman on the other hand, tightened the stock ordering. Bumibili lang siya ng bare minimum each week. Just enough to cover what she estimated that they will need. Ayaw ko ng dead stocks, sabi niya. So, makes sense naman, di ba? Dalawang decision seemed responsible. Pareho. Pero, ito ang hindi nila napansin. Yung kanilang individual savings were quietly reinforcing each other's blind spot. Ivan's decision to stop ads mean fewer new customers were discovering them. Unti-unting bumabagsak ang walk-in every week. Yung Selina's tight stock control naman meant that when customers did come in, madalas wala silang stock ng mga popular na items. Kaya some customers left to look elsewhere. And some, well, they never came back. Kaya kapag tinanong mo si Ivan, sinasabi niya, nagtitipid naman tayo sa ads. Pag tinanong mo naman si Selina, sasabihin niya, nagtitipid din tayo sa stocks. Kaya both are right in their own view. Pero combined, yung savings nila were quietly creating a problem bigger than either had tried to avoid. Ito yung lesson. When you both save money separately, the damage quietly adds up together. And by the time na manotice ninyo yan, malaki na ang butas. Because what you each decide on your own side will always affect yung buo. Okay, number 3, disiplinado sa maling bagay. Naranasan mo na bang sobrang careful ka sa isang area, tapos hindi mo napansin na may ibang area na parang bumabagsak na without you realizing? Baka makarelate ka sa couple na to, si Marie at saka si Fred, at yung kanilang hardware store. Marie is the kind of person who watches every centavo of the petty cash. Si Fred naman handles the purchasing. Nag-negotiate siya, tumatawad ng very hard with suppliers, and he loves buying in bulk when prices are low. Parang solid ang sistema nila, di ba? Both disciplined, both careful. Pero ito yung hindi nila nakita from where each one of them stood. Marie's tight hold on petty cash meant that small, urgent repairs to the store were always put off. Merong tumutulo na bubong, next month na. A flickering light in the back area, kaya pa naman. Small decisions lang pero unti-unti nang nagiging neglected ang store at napapansin ito ng customers kahit na hindi nila sinasabi. Yung namang bulk buying ni Fred, on the other hand, kept locking up capital in slow-moving items. Yung mga kulay na pintura na nobody wanted, yung mga specific na bolt sizes na hindi naman bumibenta. Mga kahon ng nakasalansan na nasa isang corner, napupuno lang ng alikabok. Fast-moving product. Yun talaga ang kailangan ng customers. Sometimes run out because the budget was already tied up in stock that was not moving. Kaya too much of what nobody needed, not enough of what everyone was looking for. Nung they finally sat down and they looked at the full picture together, bigla silang nagulat. Ito yung lesson para sa atin . Discipline is powerful, pero only when it is pointed at the right target. Kaya alam mo anak, yung sobra kang strict sa pera, sa maling parte ng business, hindi nito pinoprotect ang negosyo mo. It quietly weakens it from the inside. Pang-apat, tipid sa maliit, talo sa malaki. Have you ever saved a few thousand pesos on one decision? Tapos, later mo lang na-realize na kumain pala ng 10 times more sa ibang parte ng business? Kung iniisip mo, parang kami ito. Hindi ka nag-iisa. Let me tell you about Mara and Rico. Meron silang egg wholesaler business delivering to small stores, eateries, and market stalls. Nung tumaas ang fuel costs, pareho silang naghahanap ng ways para makatipid. Mara restructured the delivery routes, combined stops, fewer trips, longer wait times between deliveries. Saves fuel, sabi niya, less running around, more efficient on paper. Si Rico naman gusto ring makatulong, kaya nag-decide na wag na lang mag-hire ng extra delivery helper. Kaya ko naman, sabi niya. Kasama na siya sa deliveries para makatipid sa labor. Parehong may dahilan, parehong nag-iisip para sa negosyo, pero eto yung hindi nila nakita. Mara's consolidated routes meant more customers were now receiving their eggs later in the morning, after a competitor had already come and delivered. So, dahan-dahan, ang mga sari-sari stores, paunti-unti, they were quietly switching suppliers. At dahil si Rico ay laging nasa deliveries, walang nakaka-follow up sa overdue accounts. Thousands of pesos uncollected floating. Already 30 days na past due and hindi niya alam dahil busy-busy siya sa kade-deliver. So, yung fuel savings, mga 3,000 to 4,000 per month. Yung uncollected receivables, more than 80,000 pesos na. Pareho silang focus on the smaller numbers that they could not see. Ang hindi nila nakikita ay yung malaking number na dahan-dahan na lumalaki behind them. Ito ang lesson, anak. Sometimes the cost you avoid is much smaller than the revenue you silently lose when you are busy avoiding it. Number 5, wala nang bago, wala nang babalik. Napansin mo ba na yung customers na dati palaging bumabalik, ngayon mas bihira na and hindi mo alam kung bakit? There's this couple, si Emily at si Lance, who have an ice cream business. Marami silang flavors, binibenta sa walk-in customers at sa consignment sa ilang small cafes. When margins started to feel tight, both of them looked for places to cut. Emily decided to simplify the packaging. Instead of their usual branded cups with printed stickers, she switched to plain white cups with a rubber stamp. Hindi naman nila titingnan ng cups, sabi niya. And ice cream naman ang importante. Lance naman, meanwhile, stopped investing in new flavors. Product development felt like a luxury na hindi nila kayang gastusan. Mas pinili nilang mag-stick na lang sa mga bestsellers nila. Kaya pareho silang sensible sa desisyon. Pero ito yung nangyayari na dahan-dahan. Dahil sa plain packaging, parang generic na lang ang dating ng product. Wala ng identity. Customers who used to give it as a pasalubong or include it in small celebrations decided na parang hindi na siya special. So one customer actually told a friend about it. And the lack of new flavors meant na wala naman palang reason kung bakit babalik pa yung customers for a second visit. Wala naman bago eh. So nothing new to post, nothing to be excited about. Kaya regular customers started coming in less frequently. Wala na kasing bago. Yung feeling na worth it, sulit sa dati nilang nararamdaman, nawala na. So Emily and Lance were saving on what customers see and feel. And without realizing it, they were slowly eroding the way yung very thing that made people choose them in the first place. Kaya anak, ito ang lesson. What the customer experiences is your brand. Huwag magtipid sa experience. Kasi yun ang dahilan kung bakit bumabalik sila. Napansin mo ba? Lahat sila ay nagtitipid. Lahat sila ay may intensyon. Walang nagnanakaw, walang tamad. Pero both partners were trying their best. But they were each saving inside their own blind spot. At blind spot by nature are the things you cannot see on your own. Kaya ang tanong ay, hindi, nagtitipid ba tayo? Ang tunay na question is, nagtitipid ba tayo sa tamang lugar? Sometimes saving on supplies ends up driving customers away. Saving on marketing quietly shrinks your revenue. Saving on experience slowly weakens your brand. At pag na-feel mo na, matagal na palang nangyayari ang damage sa business mo. So tonight, I want you to sit down with your partner Ask each other, what are we each saving on? And what might that actually be costing us? Hindi ito usapan ng sisi, ito'y usapan ng clarity. And if you and your partner are ready to find your real blind spots and you want someone who has walked this road for over 40 years to personally guide you, let me invite you to book a clarity call with my team. The link is in the comment section below. Kaya always remember, let's always be business-minded Pinoy.